Hi folks, this is Aaron Esteban again from eBay Sales Mastery. Today in this video, I wanted to cover the best ways to analyze the top ranking competitors on eBay for any niche or market that you may be in. This video is a follow-up video from the last video, which talked about the ways to analyze competitors using keyword competition analysis. But in this video, I'm going to explain how to go more in depth with competition analysis to gain even deeper insights on your competitors who are ranking on the first page of eBay search results. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get down to the bottom of this whole eBay SEO stuff. So if you don't already know about eBay Cassini, well, it's actually quite easy to understand what it is and how to use it to determine which eBay sellers will rank on the first page of eBay search results. Now let me just quickly show you the purpose and meaning of eBay Cassini, and then I'll quickly explain what it should mean to you as an eBay seller. After covering what eBay Cassini is, we'll then go over and take a quick look at the first page of eBay search results to see what's going on with a few different competitors and keyword phrases or niches that they're targeting. Oh, but before I explain what the eBay Cassini algorithm is, let me quickly explain what an algorithm is so that way you can better understand what Cassini is. So an algorithm in this case is the process or steps that a web crawling robot will take to gather data from eBay sellers' listings and determine which eBay sellers match the criteria of what Cassini is actually looking for. So an algorithm is an automated process that was created by the Cassini programmers to search for the main elements of what a good eBay listing should have in order to rank highly. Okay, so what is eBay Cassini and what is their algorithm looking for? eBay Cassini came out back in 2013, and just like many other search engines such as Google, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, etc., they all gathered data to determine which websites, blogs, and videos deserve to rank to the top of their search engines. But eBay Cassini is using their own algorithms to determine which eBay sellers deserve to be in the top ranking positions on eBay to provide eBay shoppers or eBay buyers with the best possible shopping experiences. And by the way, eBay puts the shopper's experience over the seller's experience because they simply feel that the way a buyer feels is more important than how a seller feels. And in my honest opinion, I don't think that they always treat eBay sellers fairly, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyhow, some of these main ranking factors that eBay Cassini is using, and this is also what you'll want to consider when taking a look at your competitors, are things like, has the eBay seller become a top rated plus seller or earned this badge? And I'm sure that you've seen this badge many times. Does the eBay seller already have a high feedback score or a lot of experience with successful transactions? Okay, and if the seller already has a high feedback score, do they have a high feedback percentage to go along with that? Is the eBay seller offering fast and free shipping? This will give the eBay shopper a better experience as well because shoppers always like to receive their stuff quickly. Has the eBay seller already sold this product several times in the past and had successful transactions with shoppers? Are there any hot signals for the seller and his products? And I'm sure that you've already seen these hot signals many times on eBay now as well. Things such as, or for example, things like 92 viewed per day, 7 watched in the last 24 hours, 5 sold in the last 24 hours. 173 viewed per day, 8 sold in the last 24 hours. These are all hot signals and important ranking factors that eBay collects data on using their Cassini ranking algorithm. Okay, now let's look at a few more here. The amount of followers, which shows engagement from eBay shoppers. They follow an eBay seller and keep tabs on what the seller is releasing, by following the seller. Does the eBay seller's listing have nice images to look at, and do shoppers actually click to enlarge the images to see them up close? This shows more signals of engagement, which is very important. What is the response time to customers after they ask you a question? Does it take you a long time to write them back, or do you get back to them quickly to provide better service to them? Do you have all the product information filled in and have your items placed in the correct categories? What are your click-through and sell-through ratios? There are still several other ranking factors that eBay Cassini is programmed to keep track of, but these are the most important that I've listed here. Okay, so now that I've covered a lot about the eBay Cassini algorithms and what they are, I want to head over to the eBay search engine to show you how to properly analyze the top ranking competitors and different niches and a way to show you which keywords that you should be and should not be using to rank to the top positions on the first page of eBay search results. Okay, so I'm over here at the eBay search engine, and I'll go ahead and start off by typing in Apple iPhone flash drive. Click search, do a regular search here. And before I get started on analyzing the top competitors, I'll go ahead and set some custom settings here under view. I'll click customize. I'll make sure that it's set to 50, which is normally the default value, and it's set to best match. Let's make sure that seller information is checked off. We want to have, of course, the picture included, the shipping cost, and any bids information showing or visible as well. So then after that, I'll go ahead and click apply changes. Okay, so I'm here on the first page, and one of the first things I want to take a look at here is to see if the top rated sellers are showing up here on the first page. As you can see, this says top rated plus. Now, by the way, top rated plus is not the same thing as top rated seller. If you're a top rated seller, this means that you're able to put your listings up as a top rated plus listing. So they're not quite the same thing, but you have the ability as a top rated seller to put these types of listings up, in which that eBay is showing favoritism many times for sellers who have a top rated plus listing. So that's the very first thing that you want to check to see here on the first page is how many of these types of listings are showing up. Okay. By the way, I'm also going to leave a link that shows you how to become a top rated seller, what the requirements are, and all the information about it here on this page directly from eBay. So I'll leave a link in the video description so that way you can come to this page and learn a little bit more about becoming a top rated plus seller or top rated seller, so that way you can put your listings up as a top rated plus listing. Okay, because having that status, again, eBay is going to show favoritism many times for your types of listings because they know that you have met all these requirements in order to provide valuable service to those who are here to buy items on eBay. So the next thing I'd take a look at is the seller's feedback score located right here. I'll open up the seller's listing in another tab. And as you can see, their feedback score is right here, 54,381, and they have a purple shooting star. Okay. A feedback score basically means that each time, if you look right here, it says they get 1 point for each positive rating. And as you can see, the ranges for each for each star. And because this seller has the purple shooting star, they have 50,000 to 99,999 ratings. So he's had a lot of transactions apparently that were pretty successful, which shows value to the seller, in which that eBay Cassini is placing sellers who have higher feedback score here on the first page. Now, you want to ask yourself, do you have a feedback score that's around the same range, or do these sellers who show up here on the first page of eBay search results have much higher ratings than you, much higher feedback score? And if they have lower feedback score, like he only has 868, you may have, a feedback score that's slightly higher than that, which means that you have potential to outrank these competitors. So this guy has, or this girl has 185,395. That's pretty high. That would make this seller, let me see, what range is that? 185,000. So this person would fall into a red shooting star, anywhere between 100,000 to close to 500,000. So if we look at this seller's listing here, you'll see that they do have the red shooting star right here. So this seller is going to be really hard to beat. And what I would do is just pretty much go down this whole page and look to see if there are any sellers that I may have a higher feedback score than. Now you can see this person here only has a score of 17. Look at that. Look how low that is. That wouldn't be that hard to beat. Okay. And they're showing up here on the first page. So we would just continue to look through this and see, you know, like I said, if you could outrank any of these competitors based off of their feedback score. Maybe you may have a better feedback score than them. Okay, so check out the first 50 results here for that. Look, here's another lower 679. Look, 559. Not too hard. 848. Not too bad. Some of them have really high feedback scores, so they're not going to be that easy to beat. But you'll see patterns. That's what you want to look for. Look, only 89 right here. Look at that. So you'll see patterns with, you know, which guys are ranking versus which guys, you know, are not. And you could use that as a reference to determine whether you're going to be able to outrank them or not. Are they a top rated plus seller or a top rated seller with top rated plus listings? Do they have high feedback score? If they don't, and you see a lot of these listings showing up on the first page, and that means that it's a great indication you could potentially land here on the first page as well. Okay. Okay. And so the next thing I would look at after looking at the feedback score is signs of the hot signals, the red hot signals. This right here shows that 902 plus sales have been made for this particular product. So what I'll do is I'll take a look at his actual listing again. Open another tab. And you can see that the number has increased significantly since eBay has updated the gallery over here. So you can see right here, if you look at the top, right underneath the title, it shows a fire, a little flame. It says 6 sold in the last 24 hours. That right there is an indication that this is a really good seller. And he's making a lot of successful sales for this particular product, which tells eBay Cassini that, you know, since a lot of people are liking this product, they keep buying it. They're going to keep placing this guy in top positions. So even if you were to highlight this red hot signal here, and you were to inspect the element in HTML, now I'm not saying you have to understand code or anything like that, but even eBay has it in their coding that if you look at the element, it shows hotness signal, red. So that's clearly telling you right there that eBay believes that this should be a hot signal, that this is something that's really great about this product. And then you can see the 902 plus sold there. Okay, so close that. Like I said earlier, that having, you know, these red hot signals tells eBay Cassini that your product is very valuable, and this would provide better shopping experience for the buyers, for eBay shoppers. So that is a very important attribute that you need to look for whenever you're trying to analyze your competition. Okay, so let's go back and check out the next guy down. He's not a top rated seller. Or he doesn't have it listed as a top rated plus listing, but he has a very high feedback score. He has a good percentage, but you do see that he also has 82 plus sales for this particular product. So I'll open up his listing as well, and we'll take a look at it. And let's look, see if the hot signal pops up right here in this area. And yep, sure enough, you can see the little flame again, and it says 6 sold in the last 24 hours. And the number has increased here. Okay, so we can also click into the sales for this right here by clicking this link, and you can check to see how often he's actually sold this product. You can see today is the 23rd. He sold this product. Wow, look at all these sales he's making. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He sold it at least 9 times or so yesterday alone, which is a very good indication that this is going to be a hot seller for him. He seems to sell a good variety of the gigabytes for this particular flash drive. So this is a good indication that this product is a hot seller. eBay is going to really value this seller and place them in top positions because they managed to make a lot of sales for this product. And a lot of eBay shoppers are really enjoying this product. They keep buying it, and this feedback score is going to increase because of that, which means, you know, they're going to place them higher for that. So let's take a look at the next guy down here. 46 sold, but he's a top rated seller apparently. High feedback score. Let's see. It looks like pretty much the same product as the other guys above him. The number has increased significantly. One sold in the last hour. That's another hot signal there. Let's click in to see what's going on with his sales. And as you can see, today's the 23rd. He's already made 1, 2, 3, 4 sales. Okay, for the same product as the other guys, and you could tell that this is a really good product, a really good seller. He's going to be hard to beat for these top positions. So anyhow, we just keep going down and we look for the hot signals next. And if there aren't too many guys who have really high signals, then that tells you right there that you could end up beating these guys too. So that's another thing that you're going to want to go by here in the top 50 positions. So let me finish looking down here at the bottom. Okay, wow, even the bottom guy has made a lot of sales too. So that could be a good thing, you know, because the fact that they're making a lot of sales for this product, that would tell you as a seller that if you were to link up with the same type of suppliers for this same product, that you would make a lot of sales for that product. So that's a really good indication. Okay, let's see what's next here. So the next thing would be to look for listings where it shows how many people are watching. It's another hot signal. 20 watching here, 20 plus watching here. Let's see what else. I thought I saw more on here. Show 29 plus watching. Okay, 50 plus watching this item. Let's see what else is through the list here. 4 watching, 10 plus watching. So again, if you look into the HTML coding and you inspect the element like this, you'll see that they are considering the watch count as another hotness signal red, it says. So that is another thing to look for. Again, that is a hot signal, which tells eBay Cassini that they deserve to be placed in higher positions. So the less guys that you have that have people watching, the less competitive they're going to be as well. Okay, so now the big question is, how can we simplify this process or make it much easier and clearer to see the difficulty level of the top ranking competitors who are ranking on the first page of eBay search results for many different keyword phrases? Well, the simple answer is that there is no easy way to do this by hand or to do it manually, but that's why I've created eBay Keyword Sniper Pro to analyze the top ranking competitors on the first page of eBay search results. So this is why I need to show you this easy to use piece of software. I want to show you a quick demonstration of how this can do all of this time consuming and tedious work for us. So that way that we're not stuck trying to do this by hand all the time. Using eBay Keyword Sniper Pro, we can completely automate this process and allow this software to reveal important ranking factors such as the ones that I've mentioned here in this video. Okay, so we're going to jump right into eBay Keyword Sniper Pro, and I'm going to show you how the software can very easily analyze the top ranking competitors on the first page of eBay search results. So let's go ahead and dive right into that and take a quick look. Okay, so in this quick demonstration, I wanted to show you how eBay Keyword Sniper Pro is capable of analyzing the top 50 ranking competitors. So what I'm going to do is enter in flash drive as a starting point. We're going to scrape some of the keywords from the eBay keyword suggestions. After this, I'm going to show you exactly how eBay Keyword Sniper Pro will go off and start analyzing the top 50 competitors, or whatever I specify. You can select the top 10, the top 20, top 30, 40, or 50. So we'll do the top 50 in this demonstration, but let's go ahead and click Analyze Keywords. Now, I'm not going to explain exactly what this first form is doing. If you want to learn more about what the first form is doing here, then you would have to watch the first video of this series, because the video explains exactly how the software is analyzing strictly the keywords on this first form. But the second form is when it's going to analyze the top 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50, whichever you specify. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second here. So let me go ahead and hit stop here on this first form. And again, I'm not going to go into all the details about what this data is here on this first form. That was all answered in the first video demonstration of eBay Keyword Sniper Pro, the first video of the series. And so what I'll do now is look for a keyword phrase that I would like to test to see if I can land on the first page of eBay search results. So we're going to analyze the top 50 competitors, but I'll select this keyword phrase that says 256 gigabyte flash drive, USB 3.0. So I'll select the keyword and look where it says analyze top ranking competitors, and we'll go ahead and analyze the top 50. And now what eBay Keyword Sniper Pro is going to do is it's going to hit the first page of eBay search results for the keyword phrase 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0. And it's checking the first page of eBay search results to see the competition and difficulty levels of beating each one of these competitors. So I'm going to let the program run through. And when the program is finished, what I'm going to do is explain what each column means and how you can use this as a reference to determine whether you're going to be able to outrank these competitors on the first page of eBay search results or not. So I'll let it run through all the way to the top 50, and I'll explain everything right after that. All right, so now that it's finished, we'll go ahead and, well, let me minimize this first form here, and we'll take a look at this form. We can open this form up as wide as we'd like to. We can actually maximize this to fit the whole screen, but we'll just take a look at it like this. So, okay, so here's the top 50 results. Again, the first column is the positions that these sellers have shown up in, all the way from 1 down to 50. And the second column is the sellers here. That you can see. The third one is the product title. And in the product title, you can look to see if the exact phrase for 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0 is inside the title. Sometimes you'll find that they are, or they're just a broad match. The next column over, the fourth one, is the actual price for the listing, and then the shipping price, whether it's free or not. You can also see if it's fast and free. That's a really good listing to have as a seller, because that does boost you up in the eBay search engine as well. You'll notice a lot of times sellers who have lower feedback scores still rank pretty nicely because they do have good fast and free shipping for that particular product. Okay, and the next column over is the top rated plus listings, and it'll let you know either yes or no if this is a top rated seller or top rated plus listing. And then the next one over from that is the actual feedback score. It shows you, how strong the competition is based off of their feedback score as well, if they've had a lot of successful transactions or not. The next one is the feedback percentage, and I'm sure you all know what that means. And these next two right here, where it says sold and hot signal, these both will show you the hot signals in general. For example, this first one right here says 57 sold for this particular item. The next one down says that 131 sold, and you can see on the next column over where it says hot signal, it shows 1 sold in last hour. So that's a really good piece of information, a piece of data to have as an eBay seller, so that way you'll know if you do rank on this first page of eBay search results for this particular type of product, you too can end up making a lot of sales. As you can see right here, this one shows in the hot signal that there's 3 viewed per hour. So that would be a strong indication that if you two ranked in the same position, the 4th position right here, with the same type of product, then you would most likely get about 3 views per hour as well. Okay, so these are very important columns right here, pieces of data that can help you as a seller for sure to have these types of insights. The next one over actually shows the amount of followers that each one of these sellers have following them. And as I mentioned earlier, that right there is a strong indication that if you have a lot of followers, there's a lot of engagement going on between the seller and the buyers, because buyers are going to follow other sellers who have, nice products, have really good prices, have really good deals and whatnot. So the more followers that any eBay seller has tells eBay Cassini that you're a valuable seller on eBay and they're going to rank you highly. So that's a really good thing to have there. Now let me go ahead and get into explaining the color code here. As you can see, some are red, some are orange, some are green, some are lime green, and some are well, that's pretty much all of them, about 4 different levels of difficulty. Oh, but one quick thing before I show you the difficulty ratings and the color coordinates that match with the difficulty levels, I wanted to quickly show you how each one of these results will match up with what's actually going on in the eBay search engine on the first page of eBay search results. So the way that we can do a quick search for 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0, we could just click this check SERP, which is the search engine's results pages. It already did a search for us right away. It opened up our default browser and took us straight over here. And you can see that when looking at the software, it matches up perfectly with the same results here and what's going on over here at eBay on the first page. The first seller is Xultra, and let me see. Yeah, you can see them right here. They have the SanDisk CZ600 Cruiser Glide 256 gigabyte USB 3.0 flash drive. And you can see that here in the first position, it shows on the software the same exact title. Let's check to see if the price matches. Yep, $49.50. You can see that it matches there. You can see that they do have free shipping. What's the next one? Are they a top rated plus seller here going on? Yes, they are. You can see it right there. Let's see, feedback score says 83,956. Let's take a look and see that matches. Yep, 83,956. 99.9% feedback score. Let's see if that matches. Yes, it does. How many times this product has sold? Let's look and see. It's showing 57 times. Yep, it shows right here. Apparently there are no direct hot signals on their listing, but the way that we can find that is we can right click where it says view and view the seller's listing. So we'll go ahead and view their listing. It'll open up in the default browser again here. And you can see that there's no red hot signal going on up here with the little flame and all that, like there is on some of the other listings with the hot signals. For example, like if I were to select, let's say, which seller is this? He's in the fourth. Let's say we selected this seller in the 4th position, and we're going to see that they have a hot signal going on in their listing that shows that they get at least 3 viewed per hour for that item. So we'll go to view, and we'll go ahead and select seller's listing again. And it should pop up right here if it detected. Yep, absolutely. You can see that there's a little flame, and it shows that 3 were viewed per hour, and that matches up perfectly with the software. If you wanted to see the followers, we could also right click on this row again, view, and let's view the seller's followers like this. And it's going to open up in our default browser again, and look at that. It showed the number 1. So that they have 1 follower, and it's showing right here in the software that that's exactly what they have. Okay, so let's go back to the SERP again. Let's go back to the search engine results pages and see a little bit more of how it matches up with the software. So who's the next person down? It shows amazing deals, and it's all for Ciao, whatever that is. It gets cut off. So let's go ahead and see who the second seller is. And sure enough, here he is right here. And you can see that everything matches up perfectly. The price it shows is $42.99, but right here it's showing $41.99. That's most likely because they just recently made a change to the price, or updated it. So they do have free shipping, it shows. Yeah, they do free shipping. Does it show here? And sure enough, they do have free standard shipping, as it shows right here. Okay, so that matches up. Let's check out the next seller down. Let's pick another. It shows MF 7615 Matthew. Let's take a look and see what's going on with his listing, if it matches up with the data. So we'll view the seller's listing. And it shows that he is selling at $35.99, and it matches right here with the price, as you can see. He has a $5 shipping fee. So let's see if that $5 shipping fee is shown. Yep, it's right here. Standard shipping, $5 fee. And he's not a top rated plus seller. It doesn't show that here in his listing. If he was, it would show right here in this vicinity on the right over here. Okay, and his feedback score shows that it's 573. Yep, that matches perfectly right here. He has the purple star, and he has a 100% seller feedback percentage. So he has definitely positive feedback score here going on. Let's see what else. He hasn't managed to sell this particular item yet. At least it doesn't show that he's sold this product many times as far as a hot signal goes. And he has no followers either. So there's really nothing that spectacular about this seller, which means you could probably beat him to the first page. I would highly doubt that you wouldn't be able to. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the difficulty ratings as far as these colors with what they represent, and I'll go into more details about that right here. Let me pull up the chart again that shows the exact difficulty rating system here. Okay, so here's how the difficulty rating system works for the competitors as far as the color codes go. If the row it turns out red, then that means that it's too difficult to outrank that competitor. Competitors who have a red color are competitors who have high seller status, such as top rated seller, or have a high feedback score, or both. Okay, so you'd want to stay away from those types of competitors. Orange. Now the orange means medium difficulty. These competitors can be outranked, but will require for you to have a higher status and feedback score and successful sales. So they're slightly less difficult than trying to outrank those that are too difficult and labeled in red. Okay, so the next one down would be relatively easy, which is the lime green color. And this means that you can outrank these level of competitors because they won't have a high level of seller status. They won't have, for example, a really high feedback score. They won't be labeled a top rated seller or anything like that. Okay, so those guys are actually not too hard to beat. And the easiest one of them all would be the green color, which represents that competitors' difficulty level is extremely easy to outrank. These competitors have very low feedback scores and other low seller status, which makes them very easy to beat to the first page of eBay search results. Okay, so that's pretty much what the difficulty rating system represents here as far as the colors go. And there's a couple more things I want to explain before I leave here. Okay, guys, I'm back. I apologize. I accidentally closed down the form and had to rescan the 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0. So it's still pretty much the same results. So there's a couple things I wanted to explain the way that we would determine if we could outrank these competitors who are here on the first page. The main thing that we're looking for is to see if majority of the competitors who showed up here on the first page have either lime green or green colors, because that's a strong sign right there that these competitors are actually very easy to outrank. There's nothing special about them. They're not top rated plus listings. They don't have a high feedback score, things like that. If you look at the guy who's in the third position here on the first page, you'll see that they don't have a top rated plus status here. they only have 213 feedback score, which is actually an indication that's pretty low and weaker competition. The person who's in 7th position right here, you can see that they only have a feedback score of 167 and they're not a top rated plus seller here. The person who's in 12th position, you can see they only have a feedback score of 76, and which is very low. Look at this person down here in 23rd position, has 0 feedback. So that right there is a good indication that they'll be easy to outrank. And so by the looks of this particular keyword phrase, the 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0, I would say that this looks like it'd be pretty easy to beat. So what I could do here is create a report on this keyword, or I could just quickly click the save keyword here, and the keyword will be in the good keyword box here. And if it's a bad keyword, we could always move it over to the bad box, which means we don't want to target that keyword. We could always keep track of the keywords that we want to target versus the keywords that we don't want to target. And then when the keyword's in here, we just click save, and it says keywords have been successfully saved. So we click OK. And now it'll be saved there all the time whenever we need to look back at it for future reference of when we're going to build listings for these particular keywords. Okay, so that's pretty much that. The other option that you have is to generate a report for the whole keyword phrase, the 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0. So all we would have to do is click this button here. And as you can see in our default web browser, the report is quickly generated and it opens up right away. You can see that it says keyword report for 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0. And you can see that this report that was generated matches perfectly with what we just saw in our form here. Okay, so that's how you would generate a keyword report. But let me show you a little bit more about the keyword report that is generated. So before I actually show you this section here, if we click at the very top here where it says 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0, we'll click that, and you can see that it does a quick search, takes you right over to eBay to see the positions here of what's going on the first page. So that's a quick way to link over to that, and you can see the Exceltra's there, amazing deals, and it's all for CHA for China. You can see that everything matches up with again what we pulled up here in the software. So that's a very good thing to keep on your hard drive, is a report like this that you could always use as a reference to keep track of all the keywords that you plan on targeting. When you put it into your eBay listings, you want to put it in your titles, you want to put it in your descriptions, you want to put the same keyword phrase in your images, so that way you can show up on the first page of eBay search results for these particular keywords. For example, if we targeted this keyword phrase, we would target 256 gigabyte flash drive USB 3.0. We would take this keyword, put it into the titles of our eBay listings, put it into the body at least 2 to 3 times of the description of the listing, put it into the images, and not only will you show up in eBay on the first page of eBay search results, but you would also show up on the first page of Google a lot of times, because Google will put eBay listings on the first page of their search results as well. So this is a really good thing to have. You could always use this report as a reference to look back and say, okay, I wanted to target this keyword. You're probably wondering, where is this report at on your hard drive? So all you would have to do is go into the same folder that you have your eBay Keyword Sniper Pro installed on, and you can see that the report is right here inside of the same folder that your eBay Keyword Sniper Pro software is located. So if we just click from here, this report will open right back up in your default web browser, and you can go ahead and use this, like I said, as future reference to keep track of the good keywords, or even if you wanted to say that, you know, most of them were red, you could keep track of keywords that you thought were bad keywords to stay away from. But of course, you're going to want to build listings with keywords that are easy to target. That's why you're always going to want to make sure that when the software generates these reports for you, that Majority of the keywords that show up here will always be either lime green or green colored. The majority of them on the first page of eBay search results. So that pretty much sums it up as far as that goes. There's a couple other things I wanted to explain before I leave here. Oh, and don't let me forget, back here on the reports, by the way, these listings URLs are actually located in this column. So what you can do is click these right here, and it'll take you straight over to that particular listing. So that way you can have quick access to see what's going on with your competitors as well. So yeah, you can click any of these, and you'll see that it matches up perfectly with what's on your report here. Okay, so that's it for the reports. Let's see what else I want to cover here. So if you'd like access to eBay Keyword Sniper Pro and additional free training to learn how to outrank your eBay competition, how to find the hottest items to sell, and how to increase your overall sales on eBay, then be sure to join the eBay Sales Mastery email newsletter to get your daily free training. I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you to join the eBay Sales Mastery email newsletter so that you can stay up to date with the latest free training. You can check the link in the description of this video to get started today and begin the process of becoming a top-rated seller on eBay. Go ahead and click the link in the description of this video to access your free training, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.